And all of a sudden, I realized there's Kevin Hart in the front row. So a couple seats near to me, right? And then near to him, Dwayne Johnson is sitting, okay? So next to me, the Grant Cardone. And in the left to me, there Gary Vaynerchuk is sitting.
I was riding around in the V12 with the racks in the middle. Had to pray to Almighty God, they let my dog out the kennel. When you get it straight up by the mud, you can't.
Hey, welcome back for another episode of the HB Daily. And I'm your host, Babur Hassan Baif, aka the HB in the house. So, you know what does it mean for me to becoming rich? Because all the time I talk about becoming rich, becoming wealthy, having this amount of money, being named, featured on the Forbes, right? A lot of money terms. So what do I really mean by that? What does it mean, the becoming rich, okay? What does the word of becoming rich really means to me? So let me give you an example. Let me give you a story, okay? So in order to create more content for you. So think in this terms. Becoming a rich means to me like this. So you want to go to concert, right? Or you're going to go to the opera, right? So you're going to go there. So you got a premium class ticket. Premium class ticket, right? So imagine you got a premium class ticket. So what does this mean for you? This premium class ticket, what does it mean? What's the role of the premium class ticket for you being entered the opera or the concert, whatever you want to go, okay? So the premium class ticket is given to you for, let's say, 3 hours, 2 hours, 5 hours, okay? You name it. So the premium class ticket is given to you. So you go to the concert or opera, okay? You sit, you have an eligibility, you have able to sit in front rows, right? You can sit in front rows. The people who can sit in front rows are the people who are in the top of the game. The people who got the money that who can afford, or the people who are truly famous, that they can being invited to the concert or the opera, right? The people who have a power in society, right? So when you have a premium class ticket, you have a right to sit in front rows, not in middle rows, not in the end row, right? In the front row, in the first row. Okay, what you're gonna do by sitting in the front row is you can do two things. A, you can enjoy the concert. You can enjoy the opera. You can relax. Okay, whatever you're gonna do, you relax. You just do nothing. You sit there, you watch it, you enjoy it, you have a good time, right? And the other thing that you can do is you can see people who are in different fields, right? Art, comedy, whatever field it might, IT, perhaps, right? Whatever field it might be. So let's say I went to the concert, okay? I went to the concert or I went to the opera. So I'm sitting in the front row because I have this premium class ticket. I'm sitting. And all of a sudden I realized there's Kevin Hart in the front row. So a couple seats near to me, right? And then near to him, Dwayne Johnson is sitting, okay? So next to me, the Grant Cardone. And in the left to me, there Gary Vaynerchuk is sitting. Or in the very first row, because I'm in the first row, in the mid column, right? In the first row, first column, there Gates sitting, Buffett is sitting. You know what I'm talking about? The people who are on top of the game, the Kevin Hart, Dwayne Johnson, the entrepreneurs, right? The Cardone, Vaynerchuk, right? The Gates, the Bezos, Musk is sitting in the front rows. Oprah herself is sitting. You know who they are? Do you really have LeBron is sitting. Who are that person? He can name it. Those people are sitting, and how the stupidly I can watch the opera. If I were to watch the opera or the concert without doing nothing, just watching the opera, okay? It means I'm so stupid that I cannot communicate with them. Yes, I get it. I came here to enjoy, to watch my opera. But those people are huge, right? So a person does nothing, as I mentioned. They sit, they watch the opera, they relax, they go out. And the B person instead is like, opera starts, They be like communicating with people. They go to nearby Dwayne or Kevin or the Gates or Vaynerchuk or Cardone or Oprah herself, right? They go, they communicate. Oh my gosh, I'm a huge fan of you. So I think there are some things that we can talk about it, right? So I have this is going on. So if you know, I'm that person in this field. So my reputation is this, right? You can leverage this premium class ticket with them. You can leverage. You really can. What I mean by this is most of the people get rich and they enjoy, they have a great lifestyle, they party, they buy this mansions, okay, in the different countries, in the different states. They buy this multi-million-dollar cars, Bugatti, whatever, Lamborghini, whatever, you name it. They have their own yacht, they have this, but they're not billionaires, right? They're not billion. They're kind of 100 million. They have 100 or 10 millions, right? Once you have this money, you got to invest this money. You got to put that money to the different places that really can actually get money. People are buying mansions in different countries that doesn't mean anything. The people buy mansions that don't mean anything to them because they're not generating money. They're putting their money into liability, not an asset. Okay? This is really happening. And the B person instead, they really communicate with the John, Dwayne, they really communicate with the Hart, they really communicate with the Gates, with the Buffett, with the Vaynerchuk or Cardones. They really communicate with them. You know what they get in return? When they communicate, they interact, they have a connection, they network with them. All they have after the Oprah, once the Oprah is finished, once the Oprah is done, they're like, okay, this is my business card. Let's talk in that time, in this place. Okay? They're like, okay, this is the place, this is the time, be there at that time. You'll be like, okay, no problem, 100%, I'm agree on that. Okay? So once you're rich, once you have got the money, do not put that thing, okay? Do not enjoy it. Don't enjoy it. Just think, okay? So what are the ways that I can make this million into 10 million? What are the ways that I can make 100 million into a billion? Thinking this way in terms of that, in terms of money, okay? Most of the people get rich, they buy this, they buy that, they spend their money, and after all, they're broke. They're gone. In terms of this Oprah, you have the premium class ticket not to watch the Oprah, you dumbass. You not came here to watch an Oprah. You came here to work, to network, to communicate with the people, okay? To make him believe that you have something different and make him work with you, to have a contract, multi-million-dollar contract, okay? You have to do this instead of watching and enjoying the Oprah. You can have another time to watch it. Once you got the premium class, know how to use it. Know how to leverage this premium class ticket, okay? The other day I watched an interview. The rapper is mentioning about the most rappers, like she was a girl, right? She mentioned that most of the people think that once they have $1 million from the album, they think like they made $1 million. Not. They gotta spend their producers. They gotta spend for their band. They gotta spend for the outcome they wear or the production value. At the end, I have 300,000. Do you know what do I mean? You really know? Do you have an idea what I really mean? An artist made $1 million from his album, but he don't have to. He doesn't acquire this money, this $1 million. He gets only 30% of the million. Can you imagine the number? You made, let's say you made a money, right? You made a money. You earned the money. So the money that you earned is going to be given. The 30% of the money is going to be given to you. You know why? Because you work with the different people. You collaborate, right? You collaborate with the productions. You collaborate with the studio, right? They got their own fees. Do not be that kind of a-person dumbass who goes to the Oprah, watch. No, just instead of that, communicate. The other day, I had a wedding day with my brothers, right? I had a wedding day. The people were dancing, the girls were dancing. I was like sitting, I was thinking, okay, how do I make this thing going on? Okay? Because I'm not that person who can dances, who can enjoy the time. No, if you don't have a time, if you don't have a money, how you can dance, how you can enjoy? Okay? How you can enjoy the moment if you are broke? If you have nothing in your pocket, how can you enjoy? Can you clarify to me, please? Can you please clarify? And instead of dancing, I communicate with that person, okay? The cameraman. You know, they hired a cameraman to shoot the video of this wedding day. I was sitting next to him. I was communicating. Oh my gosh, you're a cameraman. I'm so blessed to meet with you because I have this is going on. So I think, how can this thing can be worked out? Okay, how can I brand myself? How can you just produce good quality of content? Okay, how this thing really works? How can I do this filming? Okay, or how can I do it if I'm gonna hire you? I was communicating. I was networking with them. I was working on that time. Even in the wedding time, I was working. I was doing the work. Okay. For the first time, when the people told me that I was working 19 hours a day, 20 hours a day, right? I'm like, how they can make the 20 hours a day? How can they work 16, 18 hours a day? How can they do it, man? It's crazy. For the first time when I saw this content, the people who are on top of the game, they're mentioning like, oh my gosh, I'm working 16 hours a day. I'm working 18 hours a day. I'm like, how they can do it? Because they gotta travel. It takes some time. They gotta have they gotta do some works, right? Accept the work. They gotta have their own duties, right? Accept the work. How they can spend that time? And once I was wedding the other day, I realized, because before going to the wedding, I was like, oh my gosh, if I'm gonna go to the wedding, I'm gonna spend 3 or 4 hours on the wedding. So in a day, 4 hours is gone. But it didn't. There's only 1 or 2 hours are gone. But in that 2 hours, I communicated an invaluable value. Okay, I communicated the ways that I can shoot this video, the way that I can create the content for the people that are watching. Okay, I'm truly communicating with that person. Okay, if you're rich, I get it. It doesn't mean that you gotta party. It doesn't mean that you gotta do kind of crazy ass things. No, instead of doing it, communicate with the people. Look, I could have communicated with the people who are on top of the game. If I go to them, they'd be like, oh my gosh, you're worth nothing. No, it really happens. If I'm gonna communicate with the people on the top, they'll be like, okay, what do you do? If I say this, okay, they look at my resume, they look at my net worth. I'm like, oh my gosh, it doesn't fit. No. Once you got the leverage, once you got the money, you can leverage it. Once you have the multiple businesses, okay, you can leverage this. You can communicate with the people. You can contact with the people that are on the top of the game. You know, it really means a lot.
It was dark clouds on us, but that was perfect for us. We know you always crash and burn, but it was working for us. Let my tent to V12, double check the details. Gotta cross my T's and dot my I's or I can't sleep well. Millions off of retail. Once again I prevail. Knew that shit was